Today I want to inform all of you on 3 simple steps to making perfect banana bread. Prepping your kitchen, mixing your ingredients, and the final bake. Bananas and bread sound like one good combination. Banana bread became popular in the 1930s with the rise of baking soda and baking powder, which are leavening agents. Quick bread is bread that uses leavening agents other than yeast. Yeast takes hours to rise, whereas quick bread leavening ingredients just rise when they're in the oven. The main ingredients in a quick bread are flour, a leavening agent or two, eggs, butter, and a liquid such as milk. Other ingredients are added for flavor, such as bananas. Now I think we're ready to go bananas with bananas. The first thing we want to do is prep our kitchen. Now, you want to prep your kitchen to make sure that it's clean and tidy and organized. So the first thing you'll do is clean your countertops off. If your counters are dirty, your food is dirty, which is never a good thing. The next thing you want to do is make sure you have all of your ingredients out. If you're mixing something and you forget something and you didn't know you didn't have it, when you leave it sitting, it separates so that it doesn't rise properly. The next thing you want to do is preheat your oven so it's heating up while you mix. Then it'll be at the proper heat when you're ready to bake it. Now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty, mixing. Now, recipes always have specific instructions on how to mix things. You always want to make sure you mix the proper times and do everything in order. So I have all of my ingredients here, but for time purposes, I already have my bread mixed. But the first thing you want to do is add your sugar, your bananas, and 2 eggs, and your oil. Then you want to mix that till it's fairly creamy. Then you add flour so it thickens. Then vanilla for extra flavor. And I have 2 leavening agents, baking powder and baking soda that go in, and a little bit of salt. You want to mix that till it looks a little fluffy and it's very creamy together. Then you pour it in your pan. It'll look a little bit like this. Next, we're ready for the final step, baking the darn thing. Before you bake, it says to grease the pan. Instead of following the instructions, take this little tip. You may think that you need to just grease the entire thing, make it all greasy so it comes out nice and easy. Wrong. You just want to grease the bottom, not the sides. If you grease the sides, you'll have oil burns on your bread. Then you can pour it in. Now, we're ready to put it in the oven. The recipe, it says it takes 60 to 70 minutes to bake. You may think the best thing to do is pick 65 minutes. It's in the middle, right? Right, but that's the wrong thing to do. You want to start out at 60 minutes, and then you can check your bread and make sure it's done. And it'll turn out done sometime in between those minutes. So now, put it in the oven. Our oven says that it's preheated to 325, which is just what it's supposed to be. Always make sure you stick it right in the middle of the oven. Now we'll set our timer for 60 minutes. Now, when you're checking your bread, your 11th commandment is the toothpick check. You take a toothpick, stick it in the middle of a crack in the top of the bread, and if it comes out clean, it's done. This bread is done. When it gets done, you want it to cool. You let it cool for about 10 minutes, and then it'll look like this, beautiful and ready to serve. Now that wasn't so bad, was it? It was fairly easy, and I'm sure you'll all do wonderful when you try it at home. Those were my 3 simple yet important rules to making banana bread. I hope my little hints help you in whatever you're baking, and those steps are good for any quick bread. Now, before I'm done, keep in mind that bananas are amazing little fruits that make tasty treats.